worship him. Glory.
His name is wonderful.
was slain for our sin. And in 3 days, he rose again. Worthy is the Lamb. Again, we welcome everyone to our service this evening. We thank God for everyone in the church building. Thank God for those of you who are viewing by Facebook. We also thank God for those of you who are going to be viewing by television. We welcome you to the Lizella Pentecostal Church and the Pentecostal Revival Hour. Again, God has been good to us. He has put us in a position to where we are witnesses unto the work of the healing, saving, and delivering power of Jesus Christ. He has done it in our lives. And we are here to let you know that he can do the same thing for you. His arm is not too short where he can't reach down into your individual situation and redeem and restore you. Many of us in here tonight, we were once in the same shape that some of you are in who are viewing this telecast right now. And the Lord delivered us. He set us free. That's why you see us with so much joy. At one time we had a whole lot of sadness and depression in our lives. But the Lord gave us joy, unspeakable joy. And we thank him for doing it in our lives. And he can do the same thing for you. And we do invite you, if you ever are in the Central Georgia area, to feel free to come and be a part of our services. Don't come just to look, but come to be an active participant in the services, because if you put something in the service, you will get something out of it. So our service times are every Sunday morning. We are in all 3 church locations: Forsyth, Georgia, Fort Valley, Georgia, and here in Lizella, Georgia. We start with Sunday school. And it begins at 9 a.m. And everyone is invited to Sunday school, because this is where you will learn more. Everyone has an opportunity to express their thoughts and ideas. We correct each other if we're wrong. And it's not done in a bad way. So we encourage everyone to come to Sunday school. You'll probably learn more in Sunday school than you will in a regular church service, because you have an opportunity to ask questions and interact with the class. So again, this is at 9 a.m. every Sunday morning. Immediately following Sunday school, we go into our morning worship, and it begins at 11 a.m. And in our morning services, everyone is free to testify, to tell of the goodness of the Lord, to share your experience with the Lord. Many times people have gone through things and the Lord has delivered them, and they share those testimonies with someone who may be going through that same thing. And we help one another in those areas also. So again, feel free to come to any of our locations for our morning service. Then we all convene here in Lizella every Sunday evening for our evening service, and it begins at 7 p.m. And we do want to let everyone know we are a prompt ministry. We believe in starting on time, being on time. If you say you're going to do something at a certain time, do it. So if you come late, you're going to miss something. And so if you want to get in on the whole experience, come on and be on time. And our address here in Lizella is 7545 Knoxville Road, Lizella, Georgia. If you have GPS, put that into your GPS. Or if you have an app on your phone, navigation app, you can put that address into your navigation app, and it will lead you here. And I do want to make sure everyone understands that everyone is invited, regardless of your race, regardless of your political affiliation, regardless of your religious association. you are invited to come and to be in on these services. And our mailing address is 7697 Knoxville Road, Lizella, Georgia, zip code 31052. We do want to let those of you who are donating to the ministry know that we appreciate everything that you are giving in order to support the ministry. Again, television ministry is expensive. If it wasn't expensive, everyone would be on there. But again, we just thank God for allowing us to put our 2 cents worth in the gospel of Jesus Christ, sharing our experience with the world. And we do also want to invite those of you who are on social media to link up with us on Facebook. Do a search for the Lizella Pentecostal Church, and when you find us, like us. And every time we have something going on in the ministry, you will be informed. Or if we go live with our services, you will be informed. So you can join in with us in those celebrations. Because every one of our services is a celebration unto the Lord for the things that he has done in our lives. And so again, we just thank God for what he has done for us. And the main focus of our ministry, again, is to lead people to Jesus. And if you desire to be saved, you should contact us while this broadcast is on. We normally televise on Sundays from 3 to 4 p.m. Eastern Time. So if you call during that time, most likely you will be able to communicate with us. We will pray with and for you. If you want to repent, that's the time to call. Someone will lead you to Jesus. And again, that is our purpose and our goal. If you call any other time, most likely you will be going to voicemail. And we ask that you be patient with us. If you happen to call on a Sunday afternoon, we will contact you that Sunday evening. But if you call any other time through the week, it will probably be the following Sunday before we contact you again. But we will contact you. So again, we just thank God for who he is and what he has done in our lives. Now, are you ready to continue forward with the praise and worship? Let the vocal leaders come at this time. Give the Lord praise as they come in Jesus' name.
Praise the Lord. Come on and open up your hearts and your mind unto the Lord, because he's worthy of all the honor and glory and praise. We're down to the last Sunday in this year. He has brought us this far. And we're thanking him, we're glorifying and magnifying his name. Oh, hallelujah. Lift your hands unto the Lord. Since I met the blessed Savior, he washed and made me whole. I will never cease to praise him. I'll shout it while eternity grows. He touched me. Hallelujah. Yeah. He touched me. And all the joy
In Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. Amen once again. Let's give him another hand of praise. Hallelujah. Come on and lift up your voice. With the voice of triumph. Come on and stand up to him. Hallelujah. That's what we come to do. We come to thank him. Every one of our experiences with Jesus is personal. Say that again. Every one of our experiences with Jesus is personal. I don't know like you know what the Lord has done for you, and you don't know like I know what the Lord has done for me. And if anyone ever receives a miracle from the Lord, they're excited. So again, I can't stop nobody from praising God. Amen. He's so worthy. That's the least thing that we can do. It's praise. If you will, just bow your heads right where you are. Dear Heavenly Father, we give you glory, honor, praise, and worship. We thank you for who you are. We thank you for your Son, Jesus, coming and dying on the cross for us, delivering us from our sin. And Lord, as we go forth in your word tonight, we pray that it is a word of encouragement for those who are going through. We pray that it is a word of increasing faith to those who may be lacking, Lord. We pray that it is a word of salvation to those who are lost. We glorify you, we magnify you, we praise you. In Jesus' name. Let us all say amen. Hallelujah. Give him another hand of praise. Yes. You may be seated. Yes, I do want to give honor again to the Lord. Because he is the one who made all this possible. And so I want to just thank him and give him that glory. We also thank him for his son Jesus coming into the world as a living sacrifice in order to save mankind from condemnation and destruction. We also thank him for the precious gift of the Holy Ghost that has been given to us as a comforter to be there with us as we go through whatever we may face in our lives. We also thank him for the natural people who he placed in our lives. Thank God for the founder of this ministry, Pastor Albert Phelps. We also thank God for the co-founder being here tonight, Senior Pastor Albert Phelps. Thank God for her being in the building. We also thank God for the pastor of the Forsyth Pentecostal Church, Pastor Willie Wood, along with his spouse. Thank God for them being here. We also thank God for the pastor of the Fort Valley Pentecostal Church, Pastor Lizzie Denner. I also thank God for Assistant Pastor Melvin Denner. I want to thank God for the Assistant Pastor of the Forsyth Pentecostal Church, Assistant Pastor Walton, and his spouse being here. And also my Assistant Pastor Sanford DeShazer, and his spouse being in the building tonight. And tonight, hopefully, as we go through the Word, everyone who is saved in here, when you leave tonight, you'll be better equipped to face whatever you may be facing in your life. All of us in here are facing things, situations. And the Lord has come and with his word has enabled us to endure and to go through whatever situation we may be facing in our lives. If you will, go ahead and open your Bibles up to Numbers chapter 14. So now, most of you know what happened, how the Lord had given Moses instruction on what he wanted them to do concerning the spies going into the promised land. So they went on into the promised land.
Yes.
Spied out the land.
Amen.
They saw that the land was good.
Amen.
They saw that the fruit of the land was great. They saw that it truly was
Oh, yes.
the land of milk and honey. But they saw something else.
Come on now. Come on.
They saw some big people
Come on with it.
called giants. They saw the cities had walls around them. So some of those men, in fact, most of those men, they were intimidated by what they saw.
Come on with it.
In our lives today, many situations that may occur, we may become intimidated by what we see. Now, the obstacles that we face in our life may not be a physical giant or giants, but that situation may be a giant in our life, and it may affect us. See, what the enemy wants us to do is to become afraid. The enemy wants us to look at what we can do. He wants us to forget about the God that we serve. He wants us to forget about what our God can do. But again, these men, they brought back their report, and the report started out so good. But they began to put a nevertheless in there. Today we call it a but. If you look at verse 27 in chapter 13, it says, and they told him, this is their report, and said, we came into the land whither thou sendest us, and surely it floweth with milk and honey. And this is the fruit of it. Now, that if you read up in the previous verses, you will see that they went and got one cluster of grapes that took 2 men to carry. Now, I have never seen a cluster like that before. Either that was a mighty big cluster or those were some mighty big grapes. They also brought back pomegranates and figs. So they had evidence of the fruit of the land. We go down to verse 20, it says, nevertheless, now here's that but. The people be strong that dwell in the land. And the cities are walled and very great. And moreover, we saw the children of Anak there. The Amalekites dwell in the land of the south. And the Hittites, and the Jebusites, and the Amorites dwell in the mountains. And the Canaanites dwell by the sea and by the coast of Jordan. And Caleb, now this getting the people all upset.
Come on. Amen.
Verse 30 says, and Caleb stilled the people before Moses and said, let us go up at once and possess it, for we are well able to overcome it. Now here comes Caleb. Everyone else seeing giants. Caleb seeing victory. Everyone else seeing defeat. Sometimes in your life, you share your experience or what you're going through with the wrong person. And they look at the situation. And they will discourage you. But Caleb said, we are well able to take it, to overcome it. Let's go on. 1 says, but the men that went up with him said, we be not able to go up against the people, for they are stronger than we. See, these men are looking at them, looking at Israel. They're not thinking about God. See, God make all the difference. I shared a message with you a while back. God plus 1 equals victory. All right, so here they are. They stirring the people up, saying they stronger than we are. Verse 32 says, and they brought up an evil report of the land which they had searched unto the children of Israel, saying, the land through which we have gone to search, it is a land that eateth up the inhabitants thereof, and all the people that we saw in it are men of great stature. And there we saw the giants, the sons of Anak, which come of the giants. And we were in our own sight as grasshoppers, and so we were in their sight. So here, they continuing on with their report. Tell them about what they saw. They say men of great stature. Giants. Now, what they were saying was true. From the natural standpoint, with the children of Israel fighting this battle by themselves, it does look bad. The giants were real. But again, they weren't thinking about God. They weren't thinking about the God that parted the Red Sea. They weren't thinking about the God that gave them manna to eat. They weren't thinking about when they began to complain about the manna that God began to send the dove, not the dove, the quail, rather, for meat. They weren't thinking about the fact that God was the one who brought them to the point to where they are. And if he brought you this far, he didn't bring you there to leave you. Those of us in the house tonight, if the Lord has brought us this far in our life, with our salvation, he didn't bring us this far just to leave us. So we have to always remember that. Oh, it's some giants. The giants are real. Situations in your life, they're real.
Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus.
But we serve a God. Let's read on down. So now the people hear this report of the giants. They just like grasshoppers, which is very small. Chapter 14, verse 1 says, all the congregation lifted up their voice and cried, and the people wept that night. So now everybody all upset. Everybody crying. Verse 2, and all the children of Israel murmured against Moses and against Aaron. And the whole congregation said unto them, would God we had died in the land of Egypt, or with God we had died in this wilderness? So they say, I wish we would have died down in Egypt.
Come on.
Wish we would have died out in the wilderness.
Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus.
Now the Lord is the one who brought them out. Egypt is a type of sin to us today. The Lord has brought you out of your Egypt, of your sin. You better be glad you didn't die in Egypt. You better be glad you didn't die in your sin. Okay?
Hallelujah. Amen.
Verse 3 says, and wherefore hath the Lord brought us unto this land to fall by the sword, that our wives and our children should be a prey? Were it not better for us to return unto Egypt? So now some of them coming up with this bright idea. Let's go back. Want to go back to Egypt. How soon people forget their situation and how it was where you came from. How soon they ought to forget the taskmaster that they were under. The slavery. They forget the crack of the whip on their back. How soon are we to forget where the Lord brought us from? All the conditions and the addictions that we once had in our life. I don't want to go back. I thank God for delivering me. I thank God for setting me free. I thank God for bringing me from where I was. Because I was on a road of destruction. I was on a road to either killing myself or somebody killing me. I thank God for intercepting me and changing me. And I'm here to let you know he do the same thing for you. Oh yeah, you may be saying, let's read on down. Okay. Verse 4 says, they said to one to another, let us make a captain and let us return into Egypt. And Moses and Aaron fell on their faces before all the assembly of the congregation of the children of Israel. Now, they better be glad I wasn't Moses. They better be glad the typical man was not Moses. Because I would have released every last one of them. I would have told, go on. You want to go to Egypt? Go on down there. But Moses wasn't like that. Moses began to fall on his face before the Lord. All right. Verse 6 says, and Joshua the son of Nun and Caleb the son of Jephunneh, which were of them that searched the land, rent their clothes. Amen. And they spake unto all the company of the children of Israel, saying, the land which we passed through to search it is an exceeding good land. Amen. If the Lord delight in us. Look at what they're doing. They bring the Lord in this. If the Lord delight in us, then he will bring us into this land and give it us a land which floweth with milk and honey. So they said, if the Lord favors us, if the Lord likes us, he'll deliver us. You can be in a situation where everyone around you is speaking negative. And here these two men are going against the whole nation. Let them know, hey, if the Lord is with us, he'll give it to us. All right? Now look and see what they want. They begin to do. Let's continue to read on down. Verse 9 says, only rebel not ye against the Lord. Neither fear ye the people of the land. For they are bread for us. Their defense is departed from them, and the Lord is with us. Fear them not. Look at what he's telling you. the Lord. Tell every one of you in the house, don't rebel against the Lord. Don't go against the Lord. If you had the Lord on your side, don't go against him. Don't turn your back on the Lord.
Thank you, Jesus. Amen.
Don't fear them.
Amen.
Yes, they're bigger. Yes, they're stronger. Don't be afraid. We've seen what God can do. God has manifested himself with a pillar of cloud in the daytime and a pillar of fire by night. He is the one who led us to where we are today. God brought the children of Israel out of Egypt with a strong and mighty hand. When they left Egypt, they didn't have an army.
Amen.
They didn't have an organized army. They didn't have time to organize an army.
Amen. Come on now.
Moses told them, kill the lamb, put the blood on the door. We're leaving in the morning. It's not time to mobilize an army. It's time to get ready to go. The Lord brought them out. Pharaoh had the Egyptian army was an empire. Pharaoh and his army were behind the children of Israel. It was impossible for the children of Israel to fight the Egyptians. They didn't even have an army. They didn't have swords. They didn't have shields. But God fought their battle. They were trapped. They had the Red Sea in front of them. They had the Egyptian army behind them. They were eyewitnesses to the sea part. They were able to experience going across. They saw the Egyptian army drown. I'm talking about us now. Now we those of us seasoned saints, we have seen some things in the Lord. We have experienced the Lord. We know what he can do. There's no giant too big that our God can't handle. Let me see. Let me know that. Don't rebel against the Lord. Now, when we rebel against the Lord, we don't have a chance. If we rebel against the Lord in here tonight, we don't have a chance. The enemy will destroy us. Young people in here, if you rebel against the Lord, the enemy will destroy you. Old people in here, if you rebel against the Lord, the enemy will destroy you. You need him. Now, after Joshua Caleb says this, now you would think this may have got their attention. Let's read on down and see what they're going to do. Verse 10. But all the congregation bade stone them with stones. So they ready to kill Joshua and Caleb now. And they would have. They would have. Let's read the next sinners. And the glory of the Lord appeared in the tabernacle of the congregation before all the children of Israel. So now if God had not intervened, they were going to kill Joshua and Caleb. Probably Moses and Aaron too. But God showed up. Now when God shows up in a manner like this, he's not well pleased. He's ready to take action himself. Let's read on down. And the Lord said unto Moses, how long will this people provoke me? And how long will it be ere they believe me? For all the signs which I have showed among thee, I will smite them with the pestilence and disinherit them, and will make of thee a greater nation and mightier than they. Now, this is what God said he was going to do. How long these folk going to provoke me? After all I've done for them, how they going to talk and speak against me? Moses, stand back. I'm going to send a pestilence, and I'm going to kill all of them. And I'm going to start with you. In your lineage. Now, if I had been Moses, in my natural flesh, I would have said, God, do what you got to do. But Moses is going to be an intercessor. Just like Jesus is our intercession. After the treatment that Moses had to deal with these folks, talking about let us get us some leaders and we go on back to Egypt. Again, in my flesh, I said, well, bye. Because I know God wouldn't have been with them. But let's look and see what Moses does here. Says verse 13, and Moses said unto the Lord, then the Egyptians shall hear it. For thou broughtest up this people in thy might from among them, and they will tell it to the inhabitants of this land, talking about the promised land. For they have heard that thou, Lord, art among this people, that thou, Lord, art seen face to face, and that thy cloud standeth over them, and that thou goest before them by day in the time of a pillar of a cloud, and in a pillar of fire by night. Now if thou shalt kill all this people as one man, then the nations which have heard the fame of thee will speak, saying, because the Lord was not able to bring this people into the land which he sware unto them, therefore he has slain them in the wilderness. So now look what Moses does. He pleaded with God. Now God, if you kill all these people. Now God, think about this now. The inhabitants are going to say, you're not able. You're not able to deliver on your promise. See, this is what he reminded the Lord. See, if we ever learn how to come to the Lord in the correct manner, God can have pronounced a sentence of judgment. But if we come to him in the correct manner, asking the right thing, we can change God's mind. You know, some many people say that God, he is God and he changed not. That's true. In his principles, in his commandments, in his actions, it doesn't change. His word, his law, what he requires of us, it doesn't change. But we see here in this situation, Moses, he is acting as an intercessor to save the people.
That's right.
I'm talking about rebellious folks. Folk been talking about him. Moses the leader.
That's right. Yes, he is.
They've been giving him a hard time the whole journey. Every time he goes somewhere, they face a little difficulty. Somebody got something bad to say. Moses been dealing with it the whole time. But here he is now, pleading on their behalf for God not to kill them. Let's read on that. Verse 17 says, and now I beseech thee, let the power of my Lord be great, according as thou hast spoken, saying, the Lord is long suffering. So now he reminded the Lord of who he is. Now, Lord, you know you long suffering and of great mercy, forgiving iniquity and transgression, and by no means clearing the guilty, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation. Pardon or forgive, I beseech thee, the iniquity of this people according unto the greatness of thy mercy, and as thou hast forgiven this people from Egypt, even until now. Verse 20, and the Lord said, I have pardoned according to thy word. In other words, God saying, I'm not going to kill him. I'm going to let that go. Whenever you receive a pardon, you have been released. Oh, you guilty of what the charge is. But I'm not going to execute judgment. Now, that wasn't just it, though. Let's read on that. So I'm not going to kill him. Verse 21 says, but as truly as I live, all the earth shall be filled with the glory of the Lord. So he tell him, oh, but just as sure as I am alive, all the earth going to be filled with my glory. Verse 22 says, because all those men which have seen my glory and my miracles, which I did in Egypt and in the wilderness, and have tempted me now these 10 times, and have not hearkened unto my voice, surely they shall not see the land which I swear unto their fathers, neither shall any of them that provoke me see it. But my servant Caleb, look at what he's saying now, but my servant Caleb, because he had another spirit with him and has followed me fully, him will I bring into the land whereinto he went, and his seed shall possess it. So what the Lord is saying here, I'm going to turn turn you around.
That's right. That's right.
And y'all don't want them in the desert. And they wound up wandering 40 years until all the whole heads died out. See, they could have went on in the promised land 40 years earlier. If they would have listened to Caleb, they could have went on in the promised land right here. But because of their rebellion, sometimes we wonder why we don't get our breakthrough. Because of our rebellion. God has laid it on us for 5, 10, 15, 20 more years. Because we haven't followed him fully. Okay? Verse 25 says, now the Amalekites and the Canaanites dwelt in the valley. Tomorrow turn you and get you unto the land, into the wilderness by the way of the Red Sea. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron, saying, how long shall I bear with this evil congregation, which murmur against me? I have heard the murmurings of the children of Israel, which they murmur against me. Say unto them, as truly as I live, saith the Lord, as ye have spoken in mine ears, so will I do to you. Your carcasses shall fall in this wilderness, and all that were numbered of you, according to your whole number, from 20 years old and upward, which have murmured against me. Doubtless shall ye not come, doubtless ye shall not come into the land, concerning which I swear to make you dwell therein, say Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, and Joshua, the son of Nun. But your little ones, which he said should be a prey. Now see, God hear everything we say.
That's right. That's right.
Remember they said that the Lord brought us all the way to up here for our children to be a prey, and our wives to be killed.
Yeah, what they say.
God heard all that. So now whenever you get home behind your closed door and you begin to murmur, God hear all that.
That's right.
So look at what he's saying here. Again, verse 31, but your little ones, when ye said you should be a prey, then will I bring in, and they shall know the land which ye have despised. But as for you, your carcasses, they shall fall in this wilderness, and your children shall wander in the wilderness 40 years, and bear your whoredoms until your carcasses be wasted in the wilderness. And after the number of the days in which ye search the land, even 40 days, each day for a year, shall ye bear your iniquities, even 40 years, and ye shall know my breach of promise.
Right.
So the sentence and the judgment was, the spies went and spied out the land for 40 days. So the Lord said, well, for every day is going to be a year. And for 40 years, you're going to wander in the wilderness. And y'all going to die. All you parents, all of you who rebelled, all of you who murmured against me, you're going to die. Now your children, I'm going to allow them. I'm going to give them a chance.
Amen.
Verse 35 says, I, the Lord, have said, I will surely do it unto all this evil congregation that are gathered together against me. In this wilderness they shall be consumed, and there they shall die. And the men which Moses sent to search the land, who returned and made all the congregation, we got something for them too. Made all the congregation to murmur against him by bringing up a slander upon the land. So I know that they told a lie. When they talk about the land, inhabitants thereof, they were embellishing. They were adding to. Okay. Verse 37 says, even those men that did bring up that evil report upon the land died by the plague before the Lord.
Right.
Those 10 men died. Okay. Verse 38 says, but Joshua, the son of Nun, and Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, which were of the men that went to search the land, live still.
Amen. Amen.
So those two,
That's right.
they escaped the judgment of the Lord.
That's right.
Verse 39 says, and Moses told these saying unto all the children of Israel, and the people mourned greatly. So Moses told them what was gonna happen.
That's right.
And they began now the God said we gonna die.
Right.
Verse 40 says, and they rose up early in the morning and got them up into the top of the mountain, saying, Lo, we be here, and we go up unto the place which the Lord hath promised, for we have sinned. Now they want to go in there.
Yeah.
We're here, we want to go now. Verse 41 saying, Moses said, Wherefore now do ye transgress against the commandments of the Lord, but it shall not prosper.
That's right.
You go in now, you're going to get killed. God not going to be with you.
That's right.
Verse 42, Go not up, for God is not among you, that ye be not smitten before your enemies. For the Amalekites and the Canaanites are there before you, and ye shall fall by the sword, because ye are turned away from the Lord. Therefore the Lord will not be with you. So if you turn away from the Lord, he ain't going to be with you.
That's right.
We draw nigh unto him, we draw to him, he'll be drawn nigh unto us. We turn our back on him, he'll turn his back on us. Verse 44 says, But they presumed to go up into the hilltop. Nevertheless, the ark of the covenant of the Lord and Moses departed not out of the camp. Now they really messing up now. They're going to go up there anyway. And Moses and the ark. Now the ark was the one supposed to be leading. The ark was not going.
That's right. Ain't going.
They're supposed to be following the ark.
Hallelujah.
Okay? Verse 45 says, Then the Amalekites came down, and the Canaanites were dwelt in the land, and smote them, and discomfited them, even unto Hormah. They were defeated, because God was not with them. In order to battle and defeat your giant, God got to be with you. You can't beat him by yourself. Oh, they wanted to change. But God had no left. No, I'm not going. No, y'all going the other way. I want y'all to go back to the Red Sea. That's just like starting over again. You already there at the finish line, but the Lord will send you back. To start over again.
Glory.
And then I'm going to wipe you out on the way there and on the way back. So if you know God and you have a relationship with him, stay with him. Again, you can't make this life by yourself. No one can. Every one of us in here, we need God.
That's right.
All right, I hope everybody got something out of the message tonight. Get it?
I got joy in my soul. God is in control. I got Satan on my trail. I'm singing all is well. He's attacking every day. When I'm watching while I pray. No matter the attack, I won't turn back. This means more. This means.
Take your brother John a little hand. I know I put him on the spot. We thank God for you. We appreciate you.